Welcome to Seven Hills Tales. Today, we travel beneath the waves to one of the most puzzling places on Earth. A place where stone steps vanish into darkness, where sharp angles and massive terraces lie hidden from the sun. Some say it is the last trace of a forgotten civilization. Others claim it is nothing more than nature's strange geometry. But as we'll soon discover, the truth is far from simple. Today, we explore Yonaguni and Atlantis, the lost civilizations beneath the oceans. In Yonaguni, the last edge of Japan before the Pacific falls into endless blue, windswept, remote, a frontier between myth and modernity. In 1986, a local diver named Kihachiro Aratake was looking for hammerhead sharks, when suddenly a shape emerged from the shadowed seafloor. He saw steps, walls, a massive platform, like a forgotten fortress resting beneath the waves. Divers returned, scientists arrived, and the footage stunned the world. Was this the memory of a sunken civilization, or simply nature showing us how little we truly understand her? Let's examine the impossible. The Yonaguni monument stretches over 150 meters, the length of a skyscraper laid on its side. Flat surfaces so smooth they reflect the sunlight underwater. Layers stacked like steps carved by architects. Angles so exact you could use them as rulers. Most rock formations curve, crumble, fracture chaotically. But Yonaguni? Yonaguni looks planned. Some geologists argue that this is simply sandstone breaking along natural fault lines. Yet, even they admit that nature rarely builds perfect staircases descending into the deep. Nature doesn't follow blueprints, but this place seems like it once had one. Divers identified features that look undeniably artificial. Carved trenches with clean edges, a massive flat plaza with a central altar, rectangular pools connecting level to level, pillars broken like collapsed buildings, channels that resemble ancient roads and scattered blocks nearby, as though a structure once stood tall before the ocean claimed it. Even skeptics admit, if humans touch this place even partially, then everything changes. Because that would mean humans built monumental architecture long before we believe civilization existed. It would rewrite the timeline of who we are. Now, Yonaguni no longer feels like an anomaly. Göbekli Tepe, 12,000 years old, built by hunter-gatherers who apparently weren't supposed to build temples. Pumapunku, megastones shaped with machine-like precision. Stonehenge, its very alignment reading the sky like a calendar. And across oceans, people built stone, as if following the same whispered memory of something humanity once knew. Then, forgot. Different lands, same signature, a sudden leap in intelligence, as if knowledge arrived fully formed. Where did that spark come from? From that same forgotten book. Here's where things turn dramatic. For Yonaguni to have been built on dry land, the sea level would need to have been at least 40 meters lower. That would place its creation before the end of the Ice Age. Not 3,000 years old, not even 6,000. But 12,000 years ago or more. At that time, no cities, no metal, no writing. Just tribes of hunters we assume barely survived the cold. Yet someone, somewhere, may have been building temples and carving their legacy into stone. What if history didn't start in Sumer? What if history started and then started again? Plato wrote of Atlantis with remarkable detail, a mighty maritime civilization, advanced in engineering, rich in knowledge, and ambitious enough to challenge the world. Then, in a single day and night, it vanished beneath the sea. Most call it fiction. But the more we learn about prehistory, the more Plato's tale begins to resemble a survivor's account. Because around 12,000 years ago, at the exact time Atlantis was said to fall, Earth changed violently. Ice sheets melted at record speed. Seas rose over 100 meters worldwide. Entire continents disappeared from coastlines. Species and cultures vanished together. Humanity survived. Civilization may not have been so fortunate. So when we look at Yonaguni, at ancient ruins drowned around the globe, a question refuses to stay silent. What if Atlantis wasn't a myth? What if it was just forgotten? Now let's shift to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, the Azores, a chain of volcanic islands on a colossal underwater mountain range. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a place where continents once met and tore apart. Some researchers propose that if a civilization existed here before the floods, its cities would now lie thousands of meters under the sea. And here's where things get truly intriguing. Ancient stone structures found underwater near the Azores. Submerged roads discovered by sonar scanning. Legends among sailors of ruins seen in unusually clear waters. The island's location matching Plato's description beyond the Pillars of Hercules, beyond Gibraltar. Geological evidence that land masses here rose and collapsed dramatically. What if the Azores are not random volcanic peaks, but the last surviving mountaintops of a lost continent? A civilization overwhelmed not by conquest, but by nature's unstoppable force. And just like Yonaguni, if confirmed, it would rewrite history. Atlantis may never have been a fantasy, only a chapter of humanity buried by rising tides. When we explore Yonaguni, and when we study the Atlantic depths, we are confronted with the same truth. Humanity's past is incomplete. Floods erase, time forgets, but stone remembers. Perhaps civilization did not rise once, but twice, or many times. And each time, the sea reclaimed the evidence like a patient librarian closing its books. Every discovery beneath the waves is a reminder. We are not the first to look at the horizon and dare to wonder what lies beyond it. Today, we visited places where history fades into silence, and memory sleeps underwater. Civilizations rise, the ocean remembers, and every stone below the surface could be a page of our missing past. So now, let me leave you with two questions. Only time and curiosity can answer. Is Yonaguni the last clue of a civilization lost to the Pacific? And could the Azores be the final mountains of Atlantis? If these questions stirred your imagination, subscribe to Seven Hills Tales and join me again soon, because the past is not finished with us yet.